Okay, now it's time to add the oil. I use Castrol Syntec. It's made for cars. It works good. And we don't want to fill it up too fast or it'll overflow, so I'm keeping my eye on the oil tank. The first quart can go in pretty quickly, and it's and you got to leave it sit for a while before you put the second one in. Now it's time to put the coolant in. I've got some 50/50 premix coolant here, and I'm going to fill up the radiator. After filling the radiator up, if you squeeze the hoses some, you'll get some bubbles to come out, and then you fill it up a little bit more. And I've got it filled completely to the top, and I'm going to put the cap on. Now I'm going to fill up the burp tank, and I'm going to fill it way past the full mark. I'm going to fill it as full as I can, and any air in the system will burp out. But it's important to check the burp tank after the bike's been through a temperature cycle for the first couple of temperature cycles, just to make sure. Okay, that's full. Now it's time to remove the crank stop bolt. We're going to turn the motor over with the bleed screw out. So in order to turn the motor over, we need to take the crank stop bolt out and put the little stopper bolt back in. Alright, now this screw here is probably in pretty tight. I pre-loosened it before we started shooting. You take this screw out, and this is the bleed screw. Take that out, and we're going to crank the motor. It's in neutral. Everything's hooked up. Spark plug's out. We're going to crank the motor till we see oil coming out of there. Alright, there's oil. And it's critical to bleed this in order to have good oil pressure when you start the motor. Okay, before I put the oil filter in, I like to pre-fill it. This is one of those permanent type filters. So I'm going to pour a little bit of oil in there and spin it around, and you can see it wetting. That should make the oil get up to pressure faster. Alright, and with that pre-filled, put that puppy in there and put the cover back on. Alright, so we've got the oil filter cover on. The spark plug is still out, and the oil's topped up, and now I'm going to turn on the key, and I'm just going to crank it till the oil light goes out. Okay, the oil light's still on. I'm not worried about the starter overheating because there's no compression, so I'm going to crank some more. Alright, now the oil light's out. So with the addition of gasoline, the bike should be ready to run.